we are going to begin with math work text, page 99 and 100. We've actually reached page 100. And then we also have to do math reviews, page 97, 98, because there is no homework tonight. We're going to start at the top of your page where you are just counting by fours. Now, I'm not going to do this whole paper with you. I will be doing part of it with you on the screen. But even if I'm not writing it up there, you need to be writing it. Let's start with bingo, bango, lingo, lango, hamsters dance on floors. I can count by fours. All right. Bingo, bango, lingo, lango, hamsters dance on floors. Ringo, rango, tingo, tango, I can count by fours. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Now you're only going to write to what would be 4 times 10. They've already got 8 and 24, so what's the first number you're going to write? 4. 4, 8, 12. Next. 16. Next. 20. 24. 28. 32. Stay with the class, please. 36. And 40. You can stop there. When we say bingo bango, we will go all the way to what would be 12 times 4. But on your papers, they're always going to stop at 10 times 4. All right, then they have repeated addition. Like we've learned, multiplication is repeated addition, however many times they tell you to add it up. So, how many jumps do you see? 2. 2 jumps of 4. So what would that be? That would be 4 plus 4. When you add it up, you'd be adding 4, and you'd be adding 4, and that equals 8. But if it was a multiplication problem, you would say that you did how many jumps? 2 jumps of 4. So you would say 2 times 4, because you did 2 times 4, 2 jumps of 4. So the 2 would be first, the number of jumps first, and then what you jumped, 4. Right? The second problem, this time, again, you are jumping 4 by 4s. And how many jumps did you do this time? 3. So you're going to add 4 3 times. 4 plus 4 plus 4
equals 12.
4, 8, 12. If you count by 4s. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. And then how many jumps was it? 3. So you're going to put 3 times 4
equals 12.
And that's still going to equal 12 because they mean the same thing. One is the addition of it and one is the multiplication of it. All right. The next section is what we were doing yesterday. It is arrays. So the first one you're going to do is the side. What was the side on this one? 6. So put a 6 on the side. And across the top is a 4. All right. So underneath you would write 6 times 4. Because you always do the side first, then the top, 6 times 4. And you can use your number line, count over to the 6th one. I don't want you to put out the answer yet. I want to give people opportunity to figure it out. All right, go ahead and tell me what
24.
24. Then you need to get where I am and go back later. Because I am videoing it, I cannot pause the video for you. So we're on number 4, and you should have put 6 times 4 equals 24. Go ahead and color that one in. I'm going to have you color them in as we do them today, because that's what we're going to eventually be doing. So color pencil. I hope you guys used the colored pencil last night on your homework. I never want to see them colored in with a regular pencil.
Was it 4 times 6 or 6 times 4?
But you tell me. What was on the side?
4.
Why? Why did you put a 4 on the side? Is that 4? You are not listening, are you, buddy? Wake up. Go take your jacket off, please. Quickly. Eric, you take your jacket off too, please. It's warm enough in this classroom that we don't really need jackets, and some of you wear your jackets and then you get a little dozy on me. And you're not really paying attention. You also need to change the problem at the bottom too, okay? Because it should be 6 times 4, because what's on the side goes first. 6 times 4. Quickly.
If you use a pencil, it's basically like a black gum color pencil.
No, more gray, but I don't want you to use regular pencil to color these in. Quickly, please.
And she also said no black.
Okay, please stop blurting them out. Alright, we also need to change the other problem, quickly. So this should be 6 times 4, because 6 was on the side. Alright, this next one is a little bit tricky. Some people have been tricked by it. Please don't be tricked by it, but look at the side. What do you see on the side? 1. So 1 is going to go on the side. So just put a 1, and how many across? 4. So the problem you would write would be
1 times 4 equals 4.
Very good. One group of 4 is just going to be 4. And go and color that little strip. Alright, the next one, what's on the side? 4. Very good. Just put a 4 on the side. And how many does it go across?
9.
9. Alright, so go ahead and write that problem as 4 times 9. And use your number line and count over to the 9th number. Don't blurt it out. I want people to have time to figure it out themselves. What is 4 times 9?
36.
26.
30.
36.
That should not have even written 26, buddy. Did you write 26 on your number line?
No.
Are you reading your numbers
Yes.
wrong because you didn't write neatly?
Yes, I wrote 26.
Why did you write 26? Because we never said 26. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Why'd you go back to 22 after 28? That should have been 32, 36. And that should have been
40.
yeah, 40. So change those. You were staying in the 20s for too long. Instead of moving on to the 30s. Alright, so
36.
it should have been 4 times 9 equals 36. Go ahead and color that one in. Alright, I went ahead and wrote that one in because I want to show you the difference. Okay, so when you were going across 6 times 4, 6 was the first number, 4 was the number on top. How did I tell you this one is red?
8 times 4.
Yes, it's red going up like this, 8 times 4, alright? So that means the 8 is going to go on the side. And the 4 is going to go on the top. If you have a hard time remembering that, just remember when they're written this way, the number on top goes on top. And then you could remember that it's read 8 times 4, right? All right, now this is the important part. Okay, pretty purple. I want to do this in purple. All right, so since there is an 8 on the side, you need to figure out where 8 would be and draw a line. That means I need to stop down here where the 8 is, and then over here count across the top till you have 4, and draw a line here where there's 4 until they meet, and then you color in all of that so that you have colored a rectangle that is 8 rectangles by 4 rectangles. Alright, and I can't get mine to color in as neatly as you probably can with a colored pencil. So you guys get the point, right? It just does not do it as good as yours would. Anyway, especially when it's airplayed up there.
tiny dot in each one.
No, I can't do that.
I think we're alright.
I mean, if you make it thick enough, just one touch would make one dot.
No, it won't do that. I've made it too skinny, so it won't do that. Because I have to have it skinny for when I'm writing numbers. But anyway, that's good enough. I backed it off now. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you didn't write in, that means you have 4 that you did write in, right? Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right?
We didn't answer it.
No, we didn't, did we?
No.
So go up to your number line and go to the 8th number. Eric, when you counted over to the 8th number, what was your answer?
32.
32, very good. So everybody put up 30. Oh, I need to switch to black again. I don't want to write it in purple. So 32. All right, now what do they want us to do? Yes, commutative property of multiplication. So this time, what number needs to be on the bottom? 4. And what number needs to be on top? 8. So that means we're going to put the what on the side? 4. And what are we going to put on top? 8. All right. So this time we are coloring it with 4 on the side. That's how we know it's different than the other one. And 8 across. And you color all of that area in. Okay. Did a little bit better on that one, but I still can't quite get in that corner good enough. Alright. And that brings us to
You forgot to
our
answer
Q&A.
that.
Oh, yes. What is our answer?
32.
Same answer, because it is commutative property of multiplication. Alright. Story problem says, Jackson memorized 5 verses for 7 days. He memorized 4 verses each day. So how many verses did he memorize? What am I gonna do? Multiply. 7 times 4 equals. And then I heard somebody saying it already, even though I didn't ask yet. So what's gonna go on the side?
7.
7. What's gonna go on top? 4. And I don't know why that won't keep it. There we go. 7 times 4. And again, you will color it in. 7 on the side. That means you should have 3 you don't color. And 4 from the top. Alright, and somebody count across. 7 times 4, the 7th number is what number, Lily? A little bit louder, hon?
28.
Very good, 28. 7 times 4 is 28. And then you say Jackson memorized 28
Verses.
Yes, verses. Because it says how many verses? 28 verses. Alright. As soon as you have written that, go ahead and turn it over, and we're going to start the back. The back I'm not going to do with you because they're not making you color them in yourself. They're showing you what to color it again for some reason. So go ahead and start by counting by 4s. Let's do it as you do it. We'll do it a little bit slowly so people can do it. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. And I have a feeling that some of you did not keep up with me. So check your front. Check your front if you didn't keep up with me. All right, so this time for the next problem, how many jumps are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.
6 jumps. So you're going to add what number?
4.
6 times. So put 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And where did the jump end up? 24. So that means, how many jumps was it? 6. 6 times 4 is equal to 24. Very good.
Is it properly-ish?
Stop talking now. 6 times 4 equals 24. Now let's move on to the array. So how many do they have on their side of their array? 2. So go ahead and put a 2 on the side. How many on the top? 4. And you would write that as 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is easy. 8. You understand easy? Why did you get behind those? I don't know either, but stay with us. We'll go ahead and get that in.
And then I finished this, and then
Yeah, but I had already said to turn it over. And you should have turned it over. Let's do it. What's on the side for number 4? I don't see anybody.
5.
5. Where are you guys? Wake up. 5 on the side. Across the top?
4.
All of these are going to have some 4 somewhere because this is the 4s. All right, so what is 5 times 4?
30.
20. If you count by 4s 5 times. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And then go ahead and color that one in. Did I tell you to color the first one in? No, everybody else you color it in. If you did not, color the first one in. You know what you're adding up to, you know what you're jumping. You're jumping by what?
4.
Yeah. And 4. So we did in the front. There you have it. I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you where it ends up. How many jumps is it? Times the 4 for each jump. And again, the answer. Yeah, that should be the first. The jump. Then the number of jumps. First the number of jumps, then how many in each jump. Alright, next. What's on the side? 4. What's on the top?
4.
Alright, so that's 4 by 4. 4 times 4.
16.
So you guys remember the hand I gave you for that from that book? We'll have to get that book out soon, so we can look at that book together. So I told you about that one day, the 4 by 4, you have to be 16 to drag a 4 by 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Not right now. Okay, now we're gonna do the commutative property of multiplication. Oh, color that one in first. Color that one in first.
Another way that reminds me of 4 times 4 is
These, I said you need to wait. It's not time for telling little stories like that right now. Alright, so start with 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. And then switch the factors, and you're gonna say 3 times 4 equals 12. Alright, the next one is 4 times 8. If you need to count across to the 8th one, I'm going to give you a moment to count across to the 8th one so you know what 4 times 8 is
32.
Alright, and then you're going to switch it and say
8 times 4 is 32.
Alright, one more. 4 times 10?
40.
That one's easy. Hopefully you don't have to count across, and then switch it to
10 times 4 equals 40.
Alright, the only other thing you have to do on that paper is number the months in order. They've done a few for you. They started with January, and then make sure you're paying attention. They've already done number 6 and number 9. Alright, and then your second paper is very much like the first paper. I'm gonna hand that out for you to do. But on the back, there is a table or a chart and tables and charts, and then a little bit of subtraction and addition facts to do. So, I'm gonna hand that out.